proud of how they lived. I'm proud of how they survived in my country. We didn't vote to come, but my people are the strongest people in the land. I'm very proud, but I cannot operate in a slave mentality. I've got to open my eyes and see the opportunities that are around me. I've got to ignore the color of my skin. In my country right now, something weird is going on, and it's hard to put our hands around. But we have an African-American president, they call him, but now the front runner of our Republican Party is also African-American. And he's actually from Omaha, Nebraska. And something has happened. Something has shifted. I'm not saying he's going to run for president. I'm saying right now, in the history of our country, we have never had an African-American president, and we have never had an African-American frontrunner in the Republican Party. Never! So I can't be dumb right now. I've got to realize something is shifting. Power is moving around. Okay? Here we go, and I'll finish up. The church ignored it. But verse 5. Verse 3 says, now there were 4 men with leprosy at the entrance of the city gate, and they said to each other, why stay we here? Let me break this down for you. The leprosy means you have lost your senses. Sense of touch, sensitivity in your ears, your toes, your fingertips. You can no longer sense what's going on around you. You can't sense when it's hot or cold. You can't feel anything. Your spirit is dead. Lepers in this scripture is talking about the people who should not have heard the word. They were outside the gate. They were not inside the church where the ladder was. When your pastor, his elders, deacons, people he puts in the pulpit, when they speak from here, they're not speaking to you. They are speaking to you from the man at the top of the ladder. Here is how the universe works. Can I tell you? Once there are words from God released, it's called the dispensation of truth. It means once words are spoken, they are available to everyone. You don't have to know God. Okay. In my city, churches say, come help us grow. But Toyota says, moving forward. Churches say, come to our revival. Cadillac says, elevate the way you drive. Mazda says, zoom zoom, or go fast. Nissan, while we're waiting on God, Nissan says, shift. All these words are our words. Shift, elevate, change your thinking. While we're waiting on God, the world says, forget y'all, church. Y'all not following God, so we'll shift. And while we shift, we'll take what belongs to you. So now 4 guys who are insensitive. Says to themselves, because of crisis, they start asking questions. That's it, we here till we die. Crisis number 1, number 2, options. You mean I don't have to sit here until I die? Were the options available yesterday? No. The option became available when God spoke the word. Even though they didn't hear it, because the people in charge of the gate rejected it, God let the word proceed. It's this word from the gate that changes you. So now they ask questions. Someone asked me the other day. A young lady asked me. She said, Pastor, I just seem to, why do all these ungodly men like me? She was single. They're just ungodly. They're not good for me. I date them for a while. I said, you got to start asking the right question. That's the wrong question, sweetheart. See, wrong questions get dumb answers. You ask the right questions. I said, here's the question to go home and ask yourself. Go home and ask yourself, what is it about me that keeps attracting these fools? Now, another man, you gotta be even here. Another man asked me, Pastor Martin, why do we have to tithe? Why? I said, you know, dumb questions get dumb answers. So I'm gonna give you the right question to ask yourself. How long have you been saved? 15 years. I said, the right question is, how can you be saved 15 years and not have control over a dime? So the right question was, why do we sit here until we die? You mean we don't have to die here? No. What are our choices? Now, fourthly, when you start asking the right questions, your options come to you. But every option is going to be wrapped in risk. Because when you're in the gate where God is, God never talks about yesterday. And God never asks you to do something you can do. When God comes to talk to you, God ain't going to come talk to you about washing the dishes. No. When God comes to talk to you, He going to be saying, if you got a broke arm, stretch it out. He going to say, if you lame, walk. He going to say, if you dumb, talk. If you dead, He going to say, get up. That's how God talks. So when God begins to talk to you, I came here for about 12 people. If I can get 12 people to hear this church is going to be upside right in about 7 days. Options. It's hard to get people to risk changing their lives. Risk. But the lepers, these insensitive men, all of a sudden decide, why don't we risk everything and go to the camp of the ones who have us besieged? Doesn't make any sense. Why in the world would I go to my boss and tell him I'm buying the business? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense to go to the bank and tell them that we're going to build a building down here. We want an account here, but we're going to pay cash for it. It doesn't make any sense. There's all sorts of risks. It doesn't make sense to walk up to the prettiest girl like I did and say, you're going to be my wife. It doesn't make sense. But when God comes to you, it's always wrapped in risk. It's going to be a price to pay. But you have to remember, that's the only place power shifts to you. Power doesn't shift to you in the ordinary. Power doesn't shift to you in the easy. Power shifts to you in the difficult. Power shifts to you when you're David going against Goliath. Power shifts to you when you're Esther going to talk to the king. Power shifts to you when you're Naomi and Ruth in a barren land. Power shifts to you when you're Samson fighting against God. That's where power shifts. Power shifts in the place of God, in the house of God, where impossibilities become possible. Power doesn't shift in good times. We've made more money since the economy failed in America than we made before it. It's crazy how much money is available. But if I listen to Christians on TBN, Jesus is coming soon. And we should prepare to leave. No. You take off. I'm going to take over.
Amen.
You go ahead. I'll see you in heaven. But I'm going to own your stuff. Some of the coldest people in our city were getting ready to go meet the Lord a couple years ago. Y'all remember that? So my people were telling them, just give me your house. No problem. We'll take your house. No, you're Christian too. You should get ready to go. No, you just give me your house. Sell it to me for $1. Options. Options number 5. Once they figured out their option at twilight, at night, so no one could see them, in the cover of darkness, nobody could see their idiosyncrasies. Nobody could see that their feet had been eaten away, their ears, that their joints weren't working anymore. The nervous system had shut down. They went, I wish I had time, I don't have time there. It doesn't matter what has been eaten away from your life. It doesn't matter where you become insensitive. It doesn't matter how much life is robbed from you. It doesn't matter. You can still go. These 4 men crawled. They crawled in the sand.